Almost a year ago to the day, the governor suspended Democratic Hillsborough County State Attorney Andrew Warren. DeSantis accused Warren of signing a letter saying that he would not enforce any prohibitions on sex change operations for minors, as well as that he would not enforce any laws relating to protecting the right to life in the state of Florida. A few months before Warren's removal, the governor had signed Florida's 15-week abortion ban into law. At that time, DeSantis said, quote, "That is what the legislature has enacted, and it's not for him to put himself above that, and he's not going to enforce the laws." For the past year, Warren has been fighting in court to get his job back, and while a judge declared that DeSantis' actions violated Florida's Constitution, the judge also said he didn't have the authority to reinstate him. And more recently, the Florida Supreme Court ruled Warren had waited too long to file a petition. Andrew Warren joins me now. Thank you so much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. So what do you make of Governor DeSantis' actions to remove Monique Worrell today?
Well, this is an illegal and unconstitutional attack on our democracy by a small and scared man who's desperate to save his presidential campaign. I mean, the governor's acting like a bully, but in reality, he's a coward who has repeatedly violated the rule of law and the will of the voters in the state of Florida to cover up his own weaknesses.
Now, in your case, it wasn't even based on action or inaction you took. It was based on letters you signed. So I would think it's going to be even harder for Monique Worrell to get her job back than it has been for you.
It could be. But keep in mind, Dan, in our case, as you said, the judge found that what the governor did was illegal, that it violated state and federal law. And the judge made this specific point that you can't suspend someone under state law because you disagree with how they're exercising their discretion. And you certainly can't, under federal law, go after somebody because they're a Democrat or you don't like what they stand for, or you don't like what they've said. I mean, we don't need permission slips to exercise our constitutional rights. But that's what the governor has done here. And so it's a question of not what's going to happen next with a case, but who's the next person who's going to be targeted in the state of Florida? And when are Floridians going to say, enough is enough? We want a governor who respects the rule of law.
But if it's so clear legally as you lay it out, then why haven't you been reinstated?
Well, the court said it was pretty clear. The court said, without any hesitation, without any equivocation, that the governor broke state and federal law. Now, the court said that it didn't have the authority to reinstate me, and they called it a state issue. That's something that's pending on appeal. But this is bigger than me and my position. This is bigger than State Attorney Worrell and her position. This is about freedom in the state of Florida. This is about the meaning of our elections and free speech. This is about whether we are going to have an executive in the governor's mansion who is committed to upholding the law and protecting the rights of the people who he's sworn to protect. And right now, that's not what we have.
Well, look, I think you make a fair point about elected officials like yourself and like Monique Worrell, that whatever you think of your policies, you were elected. And it is troubling, the idea that the governor is just going in and saying, okay, these elected officials, are going to go away. But there is this wiggle room in Florida law that allows for the governor, if he believes it's malfeasance or neglect of duty, as he calls it, to suspend someone, right?
Well, Dan, I respectfully disagree with you there. There's not wiggle room in the law because the law is pretty clear about what constitutes neglect of duty and incompetence. And again, in our case, just a year ago, a federal court said, just because the governor says something is neglect of duty, that doesn't make it so. Neglect of duty is defined as when someone really isn't doing their job. If a member of Congress never shows up to vote, you can say the person's not doing his or her job, but you can't say they're not doing their job because you disagree with how they're voting. And that's what's happening here. The governor is taking policy differences with State Attorney Worrell. And in my case, they weren't even policy differences. The governor was just inventing facts out of thin air that a court said were completely not true and not accurate. But even if you credit his allegations, these are policy differences, and that's not the basis for suspension under state law. That's why we have elections.
You think you're going to get your job back?
Well, I remain optimistic. I mean, I've been practicing in the courts for 20 years now, so I remain hopeful that We're going to follow the rule of law here in Florida. But again, this is about more than just me and my job. This is about making sure that this doesn't happen to other people, making sure that people's votes matter, and most importantly, that we respect the rule of law all the way up to the governor. It doesn't matter who you are. No one is above the law.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.